Hello and welcome to the Shopify Masterclass on ratings and reviews. I'm Rachel Tyers and I'm VP of Strategic Partnerships at Okendo. I've been in digital marketing and e-commerce for over 10 years now. Previously, I was VP of Strategic Partnerships at Mute 6, the performance marketing agency. And then I founded a headless e-commerce platform, Nacelle. Now, my day-to-day is more about helping merchants to find the right review strategy and platform and make sure that they're getting the most out of their social content. I'm going to take you through a real life customer example, and we're going to see which of their tips and strategies you can take away and apply to your own store. So a bit about Okendo. We were originally founded in Sydney, Australia. You might notice the thick accent, but now we have headquarters in Miami and team members all over the world. We are a ratings and reviews platform built specifically for Shopify merchants, and we work with over 4,000 fast-growing D2C brands such as Skims, Nix, Netflix, Buck Mason, and more. So one of my favorite customer examples to take people through is Born Primitive. They're an athletic apparel brand that's been working with us for a while now, and I think that they do a great job on their reviews strategy. Now, number one tip, if you don't already, you have to have reviews on site. So 99.9% of customers read reviews before they're willing to make a purchase with a brand. So if you don't have reviews, you got to get them the first thing that you do. But if you do have reviews, maybe it's time to level up the kind of robust nature of your reviews. We often see those reviews where it's a 5-star rating with some text, and that's great. But we always see these reviews where it's like amazing, I love it, and that's really good, but it doesn't tell you that much about the product. These days, consumers want to see really high quality reviews with more information about the product and about the person that's using that product. And people are willing to spend 31% more if you have great quality reviews. So in this example here, you can see that Born Primitive is highlighting product attributes here. So quality, comfort, and sizing. This is great because it actually showcases the unique selling points of the product without relying on the reviewer putting those in the body of the review. So when we hit this product details page, straight away we see, okay, the quality, the comfort, both excellent, and the sizing is true to size. So it's really highlighting that factor. And if someone leaves us a short few sentence or few word review, it doesn't matter. We're still able to get those key points across. Similarly, if we're able to highlight the customer attributes here. So Born Primitive loves to look at size purchased, size normally worn, height, and performance. This is great because as a new shopper, it allowed me to align my purchase decision with people that have similar characteristics to me. And in athletic apparel, that's actually really important because the fit is critical and people have all different types of bodies, all shapes and sizes. So if we're able to see maybe some how people are using it, maybe the size they purchased and what they normally wear, we're able to get a better understanding of what would best suit our needs. And adding a whole extra layer to that is UGC, so user-generated content. You can see here that Born Primitive collects a lot of photos and videos, and that allows customers or shoppers to really see how that product is going to fit someone that has a similar body type to them. So we love that. Something that Born Primitive also really does a great job on is publishing a variety of reviews. While some people think that it's really great to just publish only 5-star reviews, and actually the data shows us something a little bit different. You have the highest conversion rate on site if you have between a 4.2 and a 4.7 overall review rating on that page. And that's sort of counterintuitive because originally, like you would have thought, no, it's better if all of the reviews are 5 stars. Wrong. So for some reason, actually, you know what? We all know that it isn't genuine and authentic if you're only publishing 5-star reviews. I don't think it's possible that everyone is satisfied with all of your products. We know people are really hard to satisfy, some more than others. But if you publish some negative reviews, then you're going to be able to have more of an authentic feel to your reviews widget, and customers are going to be able to find some, you know, not so good reviews, but the most of them are going to be good reviews, right? So that helps to provide the authenticity that makes shoppers feel comfortable when purchasing from your brand for the first time. And then the perfect thing to do if you're publishing negative reviews is to respond to that review publicly. You can see Born Primitive responds here. What that does is it tells shoppers that even if they have a negative experience, your brand provides really great customer support, and they're going to be able to reach out and solve any problem that you might have, maybe offer you an exchange or some more information on the product, how to use it correctly in the case of skincare or something like that. So it's a really great way to create that authenticity, make sure you're maximizing conversion rate on site, and providing a really great customer experience and making shoppers feel at ease when purchasing from you for the first time. Some other good tips that Born Primitive does well is they showcase the customer UGC all over the site. So if I move up this product detail page here, you'll notice this is a 460 widget. So they're feeding through Instagram pictures onto the site using 460. And then when you click in, you can see the tagged products, and the Okendo star ratings are being fed through to those products there. So each layer of social proof just encourages that click to conversion. Moving upwards again, if we move to the collections page, you'll notice that they are also feeding the star ratings and reviews throughout. And then on the home page here, this is an Okendo widget that has a carousel of review content that really helps to show how much Born Primitive's shoppers love them and encourages new shoppers to make that purchase. Again, another 460 widget with a variety of products. And this one is feeding through that star rating. So moral of the story there is to add as much social proof throughout the site wherever it makes sense, and that will help to encourage conversions. Moving on beyond the site, Google is a really top integration of many reviews platforms, and you'll notice that Google allows you to feed through this structured aggregate data between or onto their Google product listing ads, or otherwise known as shopping ads. You can see here, I've put in a search of men's short primitive, and we have a variety of listings showing up. Now, what we know from Google, from the metrics, and from customer or consumer behavior, people are much more likely to click through these product listings that have the star ratings attached. So if you're going to do anything, please, after this 1 10-minute session, go in and make sure that you're feeding star ratings through to Google Shopping. I have seen this increase return on ad spend by 80 or 90%. It's huge, and it's just such a simple thing to do. In Okendo, it's just a toggle in the back end. A lot of other reviews platforms provide this same functionality. So I do really encourage you to look it up online and find the help docs and make sure that you're able to feed those star ratings through, because if you are spending on Google, this is going to get you a much higher return, higher click-through rate, higher conversions. It's all good news. So moving on to the back-end strategy, a great way to maximize review generation is by offering rewards to your customers or to your shoppers. So A great strategy here is to offer a dollar amount or maybe a percentage amount off that shopper's next purchase if they do take the time to leave you a review. Many of our brands choose not to offer incentives, and that's fine. But I really like to be able to reward someone for taking the time to leave that review for me. So a good idea is also to tier out reviews or reward strategies. So maybe it's 10% off if someone leaves you a text review. Perhaps if they add a photo, it's 15% off their next order. And maybe you really want to optimize to capture more video UGC. So maybe you offer 20% off your next order for a video. And you're also able in here to maybe select like a minimum purchase of say $40. And so by doing that, you can increase your average order value as well as increasing your customer lifetime value. And then a good note here is that you own all of that customer user generated content. You can use it in any of your marketing campaigns and leverage it for converting more paid traffic. And you have the full ability to do so. It's in the terms and conditions for Okendo. I should say, check the terms and conditions for the reviews platform that you work with, because I don't want to be promising that you always own it. I know some of the platforms don't let you own it, but Okendo does. So maybe do a little bit of research there. Otherwise, specifically Born Primitive uses Loyalty Line, and they offer loyalty points when someone leaves a review. So they just change up these number of points that you receive based on the action that you're taking when you leave that review. Now, a good tip that we didn't cover off on site is grouping. So oftentimes you'll add a new product, or perhaps you create a bundle and you don't have any review content on the product detail page for that new product or that new bundle. Now, it is really important that you have at least 4 reviews on the PDP. That increases the purchase likelihood by 270%. So a good little trick to know about is grouping, or what we call grouping at least. So we allow you to show review content from any of those individual products within the bundle on that bundle page. Or if you have a new product that's maybe a new pattern, a new fabric of the same product type, you can group reviews for each of those products in the same line under that PDP of the new products that didn't originally have review content. I hope that makes sense. But basically what it kind of looks like would be, I hope I've got a good example here. See how we've got different types of crop tops showing up on the side here, but I only went into that one product. So the way that you set that up in Okendo at least is by creating a new group. You can manually group those products together. So maybe if it's a bundle, you have 3 skincare products that you created a bundle out of, you manually group those together, and then all of the reviews for those individual products shows up on the PDP of the bundle, or you can group it by a Shopify collection. Really simple to set up, but it means that those pages will just convert at a much higher rate. So I do strongly recommend it. Now, Born Primitive, we've taken a good look through their site. We've looked at the back end. We've discussed a few different strategies. Their results, when they switched over from one of the other reviews platforms that had those kind of janky old school reviews, they saw a 3.3x increase in PDP conversion rate. So that was adding in those customer and product attributes and making sure that they were feeding through social proof throughout the entire PDP. And it just shows you how much that really affects the conversions on site. So I really recommend looking into a robust platform that can do that, or if your reviews platform can already do it, make sure you're capturing a lot of information that helps to really improve that sales process for the new shopper. They had a 74.29% increase in user-generated content generation rate. And this was by tiering out that reward strategy and offering loyalty points through Loyalty Lion. And they had a 60% reduction in tech costs overall, because we know some of those reviews platforms are really expensive and you don't need to be paying that much money. So that's pretty much the session from me today. If you'd like to learn more, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm Rachel Tyers, or you can find me at rachel.tyers@okendo.io. And as a special thank you for joining me today, we do have an offer. If you want to get your review strategy dialed in ahead of the holiday period, you are able to receive 90 days free at Okendo so that you don't pay a cent until 2022. That's available on our growth plan and up. And all you need to do is reach out to me on LinkedIn or email, or if you want to fill out a trial online or book a demo online, you can just tell my team that you heard about Okendo through the Justuno Masterclass webinar. But thank you so much for your time. I really hope that this has been valuable. I hope you've learned at least one thing, and I'm wishing you all the best in your brand's growth. Thank you.